Welcome to the very first Agent of Age podcast. That's right, we are taking over the Aussie Gamers experience, at least for this week. I am your host, Azrael, and joining me on deck tonight are my never-vigilant co-hosts, Kazzakhyle, Sqril, and Raticus, to help us get through some news and gaming stories from the week. So sit back, relax, and get ready for the first ever edition of episode 1.
Whoa, this is not the Aussie Gamers Experience podcast, so this show won't have irreverent live listeners, raging hosts, and eventually conversation about the best and the worst of the video games industry. So all that you're required to do now is to pick up your poison of choice. Expect the best, but prepare for the worst, and above all, enjoy the show.
Thanks everyone for joining in. Before we get started, hey guys, how are you?
Yeah, not too bad. As yourself?
Yeah, pretty good. What about Kazza and Raticus?
Oh yeah, not bad.
I'm good for the youngest in the group.
Oh, that's right. We've got Grandpa in the chat tonight. He's in charge of us. Yep.
God help him, eh?
So, shout out to the chat. Yep. So this week is going to be a bit different. I don't know if you've noticed, but your usual hosts are absent tonight. Although you may hear a bit from Editing Lucas throughout the podcast.
You are goddamn right that I will be jumping in throughout the show. G'day everyone, Editing Lucas here, and yes, I will be keeping a keen eye on how the agents run this show. So a special thank you very much to all of the Agents of Age that threw this show together. They have been talking about doing something like this probably for the last year and a half. But finally, if they've done it, thank you very much. This will be heavily edited, no doubt, and I will stick my head in every now and then. Enjoy the show.
They're all very busy at the moment, so us agents decided, out of the goodness of our hearts, to make the podcast for them. And to ruin their entire career. Because this can only end bad.
Mind you, Lucas could edit all the bad stuff out, so it might be just the intro at the end, you realise that?
Yeah, it might just be the intro in the end and that's it. And maybe a what's that sound if he hasn't cracked it.
I'm sure we can push his buttons just enough.
Oh, 100%. Easily. This week in gaming is down to Sqril because he's the one that played this the most and was the most excited.
Well, this day in gaming in 2009 was a little game developed by Double Fine and produced by Tim Schafer called Brutal Legend. Any of you guys played it?
Yes.
Or heard of it at least?
Yes, good fun game. Good music from memory as well.
The game is about a roadie sucked into hell, voiced by Jack Black, which is fucking awesome voice work, by the way. Hell itself looks like Ozzy Osbourne designed it. It's full of guitars, amps. It looks like somebody spewed up metal music, basically. It's an action-adventure game with a real-time strategy twist. Plus, you can drive a sweet-ass hot rod to some of the best classic metal music ever made. The game features a few cameos as well. Lemmy, Rob Halford, Lita Ford, and of course Ozzy Osbourne.
Can't remember, was there any headless bats in it?
There was no headless bats, but I'm pretty sure Ozzy Osbourne was supposed to be the devil himself. If you guys haven't played this, it's actually just been added to Game Pass, so pick it up because I highly recommend it.
Yeah, I might give it another try. I mean, I played it like when it first came out, and I remember getting stuck on the strategy part of it, and I never really got back into it, so I should give it another try, because it was good fun.
Yeah.
It was funny too.
Yeah, it was very, very funny, and for 2009, it's pretty ahead of its time.
I don't think it was very successful, though, but that's only because, I don't know, maybe the genre, people just didn't like it, but it's definitely worth playing.
Oh, yeah.
It's probably
definitely.
because it's the devil's music.
Yeah. You just don't play the game backwards, because otherwise you end up killing people.
Yeah, I never played it, so I'll probably pick it up on Game Pass. Give it a go.
So all you PlayStation owners, you can't play it.
I'm sure they'll figure out a way.
It's on Steam.
Oh yeah, that's right.
PC Master Race.
Alright, fake
So
Lucas,
editing
calm
Lucas.
down.
Do you need a 3080 to play it?
So, what games have you guys been playing this week?
Well, I had a quick go of Doom Eternal last night because it's free on Game Pass.
Whoa. Raticus, did you just say you've been playing Doom Internal? Well, if you've had any sort of Doom internally, we probably don't want to talk about it on this show. But then again, we probably do. Back to the show.
Wow, that game is full on. It is.
Yeah.
It is ridiculous. So, oh, you guys played it?
I played a little
dabbled.
bit.
It's so fast. It's just non-stop. Like it's almost like doing, I don't know, a hard workout playing a game. It's just full on top stuff. I mean, I only played it for about half an hour. That's on Game Pass. You know, go for it. That's good. But I did get last week from bought the Squadrons, Star Wars Squadrons for PlayStation. So I wanted to play on VR. Now, if you've got a PlayStation VR, you have to get Squadrons. It is the most immersive fighting. Like it's basically TIE fighters versus, you know, shooting all the. I don't know. You remember the old TIE fighter game on the old PC from years ago? It's similar, like controls to that. Obviously, graphics are much better, but in VR, it's just incredible. And it makes you feel sick because you're literally doing 360 rolls and everything. But if you love Star Wars, you got to get it. Sound effects, the music, everything is Star Wars in VR. I mean, you can't really get any better than that. But only, and then think it was only $49 from JB. I mean, I don't know about what the normal price is, but that's a cheap game. I only played the single player. I haven't played multiplayer yet. I'll get to that.
Well, if
No,
you've
but it'll get
got
better.
a VR, you should definitely check out Beat Saber. Beat Saber just recently announced that they have a multiplayer mode in the works. So if you want to battle your friends, I know I'm going to be trying the Beat Sqril.
Yeah, boy, I can't wait for that.
So I haven't played it yet. So yeah, and Modern Warfare. So I'm still playing that, and I'm probably the only one of all of this group that is still playing Modern Warfare. I think I've just had enough credits to buy Season 6, so I've done that. And it's keeping me going until, you know, I'd say the next big game I want to buy, which will be the Watch Dogs, which is only, a couple of weeks away. That's what I'm hanging out for.
Actually, something on Watch Dogs that I read before, it was saying that on PC, if you want to have the high-end specs, you're going to have the RTX 3080 to run at high-end.
Which
So,
I believe if you buy a 3080, you can get a code for the...
for Watch
the game.
Dogs?
Yeah, for Watch Dogs.
Yeah.
So,
It's very generous.
So, it's only a, what, $1,500 game? It's just not even...
yeah, no biggie. Break open the old piggy bank.
Exactly. Everyone's got one of those. Mine's a bit thin, but it's okay.
If I had enough money to buy a 3080, I would use that money to go on the plane and go to London myself.
Oh, Raticus, you don't need to worry about having money for a plane ticket back to London. I'll buy one for you. It's going to be one way, though.
Yeah, and just play Watch Dogs in real life. Let me know
Yeah.
how that one goes for you, Raticus.
Yeah, that's the point. I'll probably get done by the plague, won't I, when I'm over there?
I think
Yeah,
that's the
maybe.
least of your issues. Arrested
Yeah.
comes to mind for me, but
Illegally hacking? Yeah, no. You'll be right.
Oh,
I think Raticus's idea of a successful hack is when he has to use the reset password on one of his own accounts. Successful hack!
I don't know, the 14-day stopover sounds terrible.
yeah, true. But I mean, you get to stay in a nice hotel usually, so it's not too bad.
If I walked up to a granny and says, right, you're in my gang and now you've got to go to hack in for me, that might not go down well either.
She just smack you with a woolly bags of cat tins, like.
Yeah, so that's what I've been playing. So, but yeah, what's to say, if you've got a VR, you've got to get Squadrons for $50. Well, you can't really go wrong.
Do you have to be a Star Wars fan to enjoy it?
No, you just have to like shooting things in spaceships. I mean, it's the story is set between episode 3 and episode 4, I think, from memory. So, actually, it might be between episode 6 and episode 7. I don't know. I've lost the count of the Star Wars movies.
Editing Lucas, can you insert?
Okay, so Star Wars Squadrons has a prologue and it takes place 5 years before the main game and is set shortly before or possibly after the Battle of Yavin, which is seen in Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope. The bulk of the game takes place shortly after the Battle of Endor, so if you understand all of that stuff, then good for you. I had to read it. Back to the show.
Yeah, when they're like, oh, I want to watch Star Wars in order, and I'm like, do you want chronological or the order they came out? You got to be specific here.
Yeah, and then you've got the prequels as like Solo, and where does that fit? And yeah, anyway.
All over the
Where does
place.
Beat Saber fit?
That's a good question.
That fits everywhere. Like, just every episode, Beat Saber, sorted.
So what you guys been playing?
This week I've been playing Among Us, Bloody Trapland, and Rocket League. In Among Us, I've been doing stupid strategies like trying to AFK as imposter and getting kills and not taking any blame. The only bad thing is when they say, was it you, and you don't respond, they vote you out.
Kazza, you're always being sus, mate.
I am always the suspect. On Bloody Trapland, it's a co-op for up to 4 people, difficult platformer. So if you like Mario, this is 10 times harder. And you'll probably crack the shit at least 4 times.
And go back to playing Mario.
Go back to playing Mario, yes. It was released back in 2013, so it's a bit outdated, but it's definitely worth it if you can grab it on a sale. And
What's
Rocket
that on?
League.
Is that PC?
Yes, it's on PC. I think it's on Xbox as well. And it might be on PlayStation. I'm not too sure. It's definitely on Steam,
I like a
though.
good platformer. We'll look into that.
It's got some gore, but it's like pixel blood. So, nothing too scary or spooky. You can also turn that off if you don't want your entire map to be red, like mine was, because I kept dying.
So basically, Bloody Trapland looks like a Povo version. Povo version. Yeah, why not? For lack of better words. A Povo version of Super Meat Boy. It looks terrible.
How hard is it compared to Celeste?
I've never played Celeste. I own it, never played it.
Celeste is an amazing game. I know Lucas will definitely not agree with that, but
Now, I'm not sure why Sqril thinks that I wouldn't like Celeste. I mean, I haven't played it, but I'm watching a video of it right now, and it looks pretty good to me. I like the pixel art in it. Maybe you mean Snoogs wouldn't like it because he's a pixel art snob and hates all that sort of old-school looking games. But for me, I'd give that a go. It doesn't look too bad.
And Rocket League. They did a Fortnite collab, and you can get the new vehicle in Rocket League, which is the Battle Bus. Does a little honking animation at the start of each round. And there's also not secret, but there's advertisements in the crowd of the stands that say Fortnite, which is pretty cool. And that's all for me this week.
Is there still heaps of people playing it?
Yeah. Ever since it went free to play, it's boomed back up.
Okay.
It's not too difficult to play, but I mean, there are definitely professionals at that game.
Oh, God, yeah. They don't even hit the ground. They're in the air constantly.
Yes, I don't know how they achieve that. I'm always rushing out of goals to find out that the ball has entered our goals. Most of the time it's my fault. Terrible goalie.
Same. Cannot play it for the life of me.
we should hold a tournament.
We should.
Most terrible.
See who's the worst.
King of the dipshits.
Yep.
Yep.
King Dingaling. Fight for the title. What about you, Sqril? What have you been up to?
I've been playing a bit of Dark Souls 2. The most controversial of them all. Everyone seems to hate that game. And I can kind of understand why. It's very clunky. But I do enjoy the old Soulsborne games. So I strive to finish it, and I did.
Oh, nice work.
And I've been playing Baldur's Gate 3, which is in early access.
Oh,
What's
yeah?
that on?
Only on PC at the moment. I'm downloading it from Steam. It cost me a hefty $90.
Oof.
Australian, so it's probably about $40 US.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
They got a big following now, the old Baldur's Gate games. They always have.
Yeah, it's fantastic RPG. Really, really in depth if you like the D&D universe. And the fact you can play it multiplayer and have so many different stories just from such only one story is really cool. Your choices affect absolutely everything.
I love the butterfly effect kind of games, where the choices that you make change how the story plays out and stuff.
And you can create so many different characters and have so many different outcomes. It's crazy.
So basically, yeah, exactly like playing D&D.
D&D, but in front of a computer.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can still yell at your friends.
So if it's a D&D game, does that mean you have to be like around fat people who eat pizza, who don't wash, who've never had sex to play it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so it's a true D&D game then.
You got a minimum
It's
not have showered for 3 days before you can turn it on.
You got to look like that South Park character that played World of Warcraft.
Oh.
Oh no.
That's your PC master race right there.
Oh dear, they're a different breed of people, aren't they?
Oh yeah. But you're pretty heavily into Dark Souls, aren't you, Sqril? Like, you've been playing through all of them lately.
Yeah, I want to get the achievements or on Xbox, the whatever the hell they're called, Xbox achievements, yeah.
Yeah.
On all 3 of them, but it just takes a lot of dedication and a lot of time,
Yeah.
especially because some of the stuff is multiplayer based.
Is one of the achievements how many controllers you break?
No, that's an achievement when you go into EB and explain why you need another controller.
To be fair, I have never broken a controller over Dark Souls, but I have over Tekken.
Yeah, but that's because the controller didn't work when you wanted it to.
Yeah, exactly. I was inputting, mashing buttons, and it wasn't working.
Yeah,
That's the controller's fault. They should have given you a full refund.
exactly.
Yeah, right.
100%. Agree with that one.
So what about you, Az? What have you been playing?
So, I have been playing Among Us as well. I've been setting up a lot of party game servers. So like hide and seek and stuff like that. It's very rare that I play it like just the standard game now because I suck at lying. I'm honestly the worst for it.
You're honestly the worst at lying.
So I always get voted out. And I used to always pick red as my colour. I've stopped that because red is sus. Everyone knows that now. But yeah, I've also been playing a lot of Ark, but that's taken up a lot of my time because...
What's Ark? Is that like Noah's Ark or?
So Ark is a survivor dinosaur game. Basically, you can tame dinosaurs and build up a base and everything. I've been playing on a PvP server, so I've been learning real quick how to work that, which is a lot harder because everyone else on that server already knows what they're doing, so you just get wiped all the time. But yeah, I've joined a tribe, and my main thing now is breeding dinosaurs. So at the moment, I'm breeding like big, massive gigas, which are giant T-Rexes, and they just mess everyone's stuff up. So yeah.
So
That sounds
can
like
you
fun.
can you like raid people's bases and stuff and take
Yeah.
their stuff? So it's
Yes.
essentially Rust with dinosaurs.
It's exactly Rust with dinosaurs, and just as salty. Yeah, so that's been what I've been doing, was breeding dinosaurs to go raid some tribes, because there's a lot of idiots in Ark, as with any survival game that's PvP really. But yeah, so besides that, I've been playing Sea of Thieves again, because they just released a free DLC. Always enjoy going back to being a pirate. So they've added a lot to the game. There's a DLC called the Vaults. You get given a compass which leads you to a bunch of islands. You've got to dig up parts of a map to find where like these hidden vaults of treasure are. And then you got to dig up the key. It's a lot of messing around, honestly. But
That suspiciously sounds exactly the same as the main game that we've all had already. Thanks for the free DLC. More of the exact same boring shit that nobody likes. Well, I say nobody likes. I speak for myself. Boring.
it's worth a lot of coin when you eventually get to the vault and stuff like that. But they've also
Is the game still
added...
populated?
Oh yeah, there's
Okay.
so many people still playing it, honestly.
And are you still got the griefers out there, or has that changed a bit now?
So they added the arena in, which was a lot more for people who wanted to just PvP in the servers. So that did clean up the adventure server a lot more. There's still a lot of people that are out there just to ruin your life, but there have been talks as well that so far it's only for certain YouTubers, but the Sea of Thieves are bringing private servers, so you can literally just have completely PvE servers where you just do the missions and stuff that you want. But yeah, so far it's only for a few YouTubers to test out, but hopefully that'll be coming to the public soon, I hope, because I just enjoy sailing around singing my shanties and stuff. So
You're gonna have to show me this game, because I played Sea of Thieves for the first time like 2 weeks ago. There was no like how to play or everything. I was just thrown into a server with these 3 other blokes.
yeah.
None of them spoke English, and I have no idea what the fuck I was doing.
The only way to play
I
that
was
game
just-
is with friends.
Yeah.
It's enjoyable when you all of you on one ship together. That's good fun. But if you jump in with strangers, they could be absolute wankers. I got one of them. I played once, and they locked me in this bloody cage for the whole game.
You got locked in the brig.
Raticus, if you play that game with me, the same thing is going to happen.
Wow. See, I just went exploring by myself, found some skeleton that was really hard to beat, killed him, took his head to the ship. Next thing you know, the ship blew up because of his head. What the fuck? Right, and then we went to Davy Jones's locker, and then I get this message like, "You've blown up everything, you've destroyed everything, rah, rah, rah." And then he somehow kicked me, and then I got like 6 achievements. I was like, wow, okay, good experience. Must play, 10 out of 10.
Get easy achievements, just blow up your allied ship.
I have no idea what I done, but it was fun.
Yeah, it's definitely a game to play with friends. It's very rare that you get on with randoms that are actually good to play with. Like, I think out of all the times I've jumped on, it's like maybe once or twice that I've had randoms that are good to play with.
So is it a crossplay, or is it like platform? You have to be on PC to play with PC, or can you Xbox and PC play together?
So
a good
Xbox and PC can play together.
I think there's an option to turn it off too, yeah?
Yeah, so you can play just Xbox with controller only, because obviously PC, a lot of people say that they do have an upper hand, and me playing on PC now, I have actually seen that, yeah, there is a bit of an upper hand in just like fighting. You're able to look around a lot more and stuff. It's pretty good. You do have a lot of issues playing with PC and stuff. Like, we've had a couple of hackers come through, and that playing against them was just messed up, because you'd sail up near them and you'd be lagging all over the place whilst they're just running around killing you, like, easily.
Lovely.
Everyone says it, but the water mechanics in there is absolutely beautiful. They look amazing all the time. But the sound just sailing with the ocean stuff always like makes me tired. So like I always end up like only being able to play it for an hour or two before I'm like, I'm gonna go lay down for a bit.
Yeah, that's not the ocean sounds and the sea breeze air. That's the game being really boring.
But yeah, it's honestly definitely something worth playing with friends.
Have to tee up a session.
And it's only $50 on Steam.
It's on Game Pass though, so you could also access that from your PC if you have Game Pass Ultimate. Works out for both. Alrighties. Do we want to get into Kaz's What's That Sound?
It sounds good. Pardon the pun.
Okay, so last week's What's That Sound was... and it was actually guessed by someone in the Discord, and his guess was the Exploder Necromorph from Dead Space 2. That was correct. It is the Exploder from Dead Space 2.
It's very obscure how he got that. I mean, that was a tough one.
Yeah,
You'd have to know
absolutely.
the game pretty well to get that.
Well, I gotta say, it wasn't really that hard. I mean, the answer didn't need to be as specific as it was. I would have accepted Dead Space and Necromorph. Didn't have to be the Exploder from Dead Space 2. It was just that Dark Wantus managed to give us the exact answer that was absolutely beyond what was necessary. So, look, if you listen to it, it's quite a distinct sound. So simply you just had to have played the game and have some sort of memory, which is a struggle for some people. Back to the show.
Well, it has definitely replayed it in the past year.
It's a very unique sound.
It is a very unique sound.
And the person who guessed it was Dark Wantus. So shout out to that guy.
All girl. No assuming genders.
This week's What's That Sound is a lot harder, I reckon. You guys are going to struggle with this one, and it is this. Do you guys need to hear it again?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've never heard that.
That's from Fable.
Wrong.
Oh. It sounds like when the kid's young. The Fable with the kids. Oh, okay.
I thought it was from Hello Kitty Island Adventures.
That's a great game, but no, it wasn't. We'll hear it one more time.
Damn.
Well, I guess we'll leave that up to the listeners.
Oh my god, that one is super easy. It is resampled all over the internet and used on YouTube to excess. It's from that stupid game that my daughter wanted to play for ages, and then once she finally played it, she stopped playing it. It's called and it's rubbish.
Interesting.
Back to you, Az.
I don't think I've heard it before. Now I'm thinking about it.
I know the sound, but I'm going to leave that for everyone else.
I guess hold out till next week.
Exactly. Alrighty, so do we want to get into some news?
Yep. Do it.
Alright, so I've only been able to find some little bits and pieces. They're not groundbreaking news things. We'll start off with Roblox has filed to go public. So soon you'll be able to buy some shares in the company. A game, I should say. So like one of the biggest games for young kids, their mum and dads will be able to buy shares so they can say mum and dad work for Roblox or own Roblox.
Isn't that the game that you always see on Current Affair where the kids got the credit card, they spent like $7,000 just on characters and stuff? Is that the one?
Yeah, pretty much.
Parents might
Isn't
be able to
that
get their
just a
money
new
back.
game every week?
I mean, yeah, there's always that kind of game. Like, it's that or it's FIFA.
Oh, FIFA.
Yeah.
Or Fortnite.
Or Fortnite. Yeah, Fortnite is another big one.
It came out in
My son spent...
It came out in 2006, believe it or not.
Yeah.
And it's on pretty much every platform but PlayStation and Nintendo.
That's interesting. Why not those? I mean,
I guess maybe they've struck up a deal.
you think Nintendo Switch is a perfect platform for that?
Yeah, but it has an online feature that they might not.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Nintendo are pretty strict on that, aren't they? So.
And they have some pretty
Very strict.
ridiculous in-game purchases. Like you can buy like a How to Train a Dragon DLC for like $50, and it's one dragon.
Is that like the horse armor from Skyrim, wasn't it? Like.
But there has been some good things about Roblox lately. I was reading up that the teachers and stuff like that have been setting up Roblox rooms so that they can have social hangouts with the kids and stuff like that in a sort of semi-controlled environment, but something that they could still sort of relate to.
Instead of going outside and playing in the sun, getting exercise.
Well, during, like the pandemic and stuff, that's what they've been setting it up with so that they can still sort of hang out with the kids whilst in school and
safe.
all that, and yeah.
It depends on what suburb you come from. There'll be certain suburbs in some towns, I'm not going to mention them, they'll probably have Grand Theft Auto in the schools, wouldn't they, to teach the kids.
Remember to obey the road rules.
I love playing
This is how
GTA just so that you can drive on the right side of the road and obey every traffic law and stuff.
Yeah. like everyone else in that game.
Exactly. Everyone's lovely on GTA.
Okay, Azrael is about to tell us a story, but she left out some pretty integral information to help understand what she's talking about. But I'll just fill you in. She works in a store that sells video games. I'm going to leave it unnamed. You can work it out if you like, but that may make it a little bit easier to understand what she's talking about. All right, take it away, Az.
I actually have a story. A mum came in to buy Grand Theft Auto 5 and came out with GTA 5 because on our stickers it says GTA V. So we had an argument that GTA V wasn't GTA Grand Theft Auto 5 because it didn't say that on the label. It was a back and forth. I wanted Grand Theft Auto 5 and I was like, GTA V, it's same thing. It's just different label.
It's just in Italian, the game.
Yeah.
Have you heard of Roman numerals?
Well, that's what I said to her. It's just like GTA V. And I'm like, yeah, V for 5. Like Roman numerals. She's like, but I wanted 5. And I'm like, it's still 5. Yeah. I'm arguing with an idiot.
And you'd think that person was intelligent enough to even to run a console. I mean, that's it.
Yeah. I deal with some special people at work.
Yeah, I bet you used to. Well, I've got some. I can talk about something news if you want. While you think of your next one. Well,
Go for it.
I don't know. On the 10th of the 10th, which is a great day of the year because it's my birthday. But anyway, there was a new console was supposed to get released on the 10th of the 10th. Now it's called the Intellivision Amico, and everyone laughs about. I bring this up, say what? There is a new console coming out next year. It was supposed to come out this year, and it's not the PlayStation, it's not the Xbox, it's called the Intellivision Amico. So it's actually a cheaper console.
Unfortunately, due to this podcast's medium being audio only, I can't put subtitles on what Raticus is saying. So let me just clarify, he's talking about the Intellivision Amico. It was just a little bit hard to understand, but I know what he's talking about, so I'll help you out with working out what's Raticus saying.
But it is worth looking at, and the games are under $10 each. How about that?
Alright, allow me to translate further. Now, what he's actually saying there is that I'm an absolute tight ass without very many brain cells, so I'm going to spend a shit ton of money on an underpowered console just so I can pay $10 for a game.
How much?
Under
yeah?
$10. I'm serious. The games are under $10. But yeah, so I've put a link in the podcast general chat Discord, so if anyone wants to go and have a look at it. I'm actually going to buy it. It's actually based on an old console from the 80s, but it's not one of these new. Nintendo bought, Sony bought out, and Sega bought out those remakes of the Master System. It's not like that. This is a brand new console with brand new games. The people that are making it are people who worked for Nintendo, worked for EA, and the guy who created Aladdin for the original Aladdin game. He's a part of it, and even Earthworm Jim. It's been come out. The original game Earthworm Jim is coming out on this console exclusive, so it's a big deal.
Cool.
There's people, will be quite surprised when they see it. So, and it comes out with 2 controllers. Can you believe it? A console comes out with 2 controllers. When was the last time that happened?
Yep.
Yep.
My
Does the
Nintendo
Switch
64.
count? Because there's 2 sides.
Oh yeah. But each controller has got a touch screen on it. And they've got, actually, the console has wireless charging for your controllers. Now, why aren't the new consoles doing that? So you just put your controller on top of the console and it charges the controllers.
That's actually
Boom.
genius.
Can you play while it's charging?
Yeah, you can, because you can plug it into the USB as well, so it's got USB charge.
Maybe that's why the consoles don't do it, is because they want you to continually play rather than put the control down.
I think it's more that they can't make proprietary the hardware for that.
It's just standard type of...
Yeah.
It's the same technology it's in the phones, isn't it? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of stuff. They're trying to take the market they're aiming for is the family market. Like the original, the Wii came out and was that market, and that was huge, and that's what they're aiming for. So it's not actually a console for the hardcore gamers. So it's actually you have to have that as well as your PlayStation. So anyway, I'm going to be buying it.
Yeah.
So it comes out in April.
When you get it, you'll have to give us all a rundown. For
Yeah,
sure.
I'll do. I'm going to do an
definitely.
unboxing. I'm going to do an unboxing for it. So
Yeah, that'd be mad. Are you gonna film it
Speaking-
with your drone?
Speaking of unboxings, I was scrolling through Facebook earlier, and I saw a little video of the Series X being unboxed,
already,
which is a big no-no at the moment.
Mm.
who's got that?
YouTubers have been given their dev consoles, and they were told not to do an unboxing video.
Wow,
This guy has done an unboxing video. I won't say who he is,
it's in the
but
ship.
he's probably in the ship. But the console looks amazing.
Oh,
And you
amazing.
can actually see the venting now. And the wanker pulls the bloody controller out, puts the batteries in, and then throws the controller on the table. Like a heathen. Look after it, mate.
No.
I actually do not like the PlayStation console. I think it's ugly, and you know, people who say that would look so sexy, that Snooks loves it. Well, I think it's really ugly. It would look stupid next to my TV.
Yeah.
The Xbox will fit in nicely. It looks like a piece of home theatre. So maybe that's just me.
The PS5 looks like space junk to me, but
I don't know. I like the look of both of them, but still not going to buy a console. I'm just going to stick with my PC and start upgrading it a bit more.
I think,
Why not have both?
I think
Yeah.
I'll probably be getting the PS5 whenever I can, just to play
Yeah.
some of the exclusive games. But like you
me
said,
too.
I'll probably stick to just upgrading my PC because PC
Yeah.
master race.
I love my Xbox, and I'm pretty well invested into the Xbox community and all the money I've spent there, so I'll stick with my Xbox and my PC. But I want to play Demon Souls, and I'm going to have to get a PS5 just for that.
You see, yeah, so I've got all the. I mean, I've got the PlayStation Pro, I've got the Xbox One. I get all the consoles eventually anyway, but I will get. If I'm going to choose right now, it would be the new Xbox Series X. That's what I mean. Now they've got all the exclusives coming, you know, from Bethesda and all those sort of companies. That to me, and Game Pass. Game Pass to me is just brilliant.
Yeah, it's well worth it.
And I haven't got $9,500 to buy a video card for my computer, so.
Do any of you guys play Smite or have played Smite?
I know of it, never played it.
Same.
Okay, so a quick rundown. It's basically like League of Legends, but in first person and a lot better. Not as salty, at least it wasn't the last time I played it. But they've also started doing the battle pass and everything for it. I think they're up to their 9th one for next month, which part of that battle pass is you get the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle skins.
Oh my god, what? Oh, I'm gonna have to play Smite now. God damn it!
For some gods, so you'll be able to run around as the Ninja Turtles.
That's cool.
Yes, but the thing is, the skins aren't just like makes the character look like it. They've actually got special animations and everything for it, so it's basically exactly like playing as one of the turtles.
Is it licensed?
I would assume so. They just brought out Avatar Last Airbender skins for it, so...
Boys don't have to be paying a lot of bills.
Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty good. I'm thinking of going back to playing Smite just for that. But yeah, there's a couple of other games that I'm actually pretty keen to play. It was announced last year, I think, or was it this year? One of the years. The Medium. It's a psychological horror where you play as a medium that lives in two worlds that overlap. So you've got the real world and the spirit world. And I think they showed recently a video of how the worlds line up against each other. So you can actually be going through the real world and then switch over to the spirit world, and it changes. The layout stays basically the same, but it changes how it looks and things you can get through. But that just got a announcement for the release date, which is the 10th of December, out with the Series X.
Pretty cool. Sounds spooky, though.
Oh yeah. See, I suck at horror games. I really don't like them, but I actually like the look of this one.
It's the reason why I have not played Resident Evil on the VR. No way. I've seen big, scary-looking guys play it in YouTube, and they're screaming like girls. There's no way I am playing that game.
So I tried that in VR with one of my friends. It's actually a lot better in VR because it scares the crap out of you so much that you aim at the head every time you shoot. And you get really good at shooting them just because it scares the living daylights out of you, honestly.
That's not for me, hey.
Yeah. You just like, and you just die? Yeah, no thanks.
I mean, the you just die is not really applicable to Sqril, seeing as he's playing Dark Souls. Like,
It's a daily occurrence, trust me.
daily, hourly, every 10 minutes.
Well, just for Lucas, just so he knows, because he's such a frames per second lover, the Samsung will now play Fortnite at 90 frames per second on a mobile device. Just so he can sink his frames per second lovingness into something else.
Well, yes, higher frame rates in video games is always good. However, I'm an iOS user, I don't know much about Samsung or Android phones, so you would definitely need a phone that would support a higher than 60 frames or 60 hertz screen on them. I did a quick Google to see if I could find which models had those higher refresh rates, and there are just too damn many Samsung or Android phones in general. So, look, I'll just stick to my PC if I want high refresh rates. Back to the show.
Sucked in Apple.
Well, like, he can't really sink it into the lovingness into something else because he owns an Apple. He doesn't have a Samsung phone.
You guys tried the Xbox remote play yet?
Super smooth segue there.
Oh no, I would love to though.
Yeah, it works. It does actually work. I mean, I'm playing it with my phone, my Samsung phone. But it's hard, especially like because the screen is so small. If you've got any text, you just forget any games that you're supposed to read anything. But it does work really well. I played Forza, I played Call of Duty, and it does actually work really well. I just sync my controller up to it. So, yeah.
Is that through the Game Pass app, or...?
Yeah, through game. Well, yeah, it was, yeah.
Couldn't you just sync up your phone to the like smart TV and then you could play it wherever?
Yeah, but if you to do that, I imagine it would be a bit laggy. Maybe, I don't know, I haven't tried. So, I mean, my internet connection is only 45, and it worked well. So,
Yeah, right.
so it's worth doing. I think you wouldn't be able to play it on unless you're in your Wi-Fi. There's no way in the world the Australian phone connection would. I mean, mobile phone towers got to deal with that. Maybe 5G if you're sitting on the tower, getting fried, and your sperm dying.
Wow.
That went dark, didn't it?
Only as dark as you let it.
I mean, yeah, true. So the only other thing I really wanted to talk about is Assassin's Creed Valhalla. So everyone that really ever talks to me about Assassin's Creed knows that the last few I have cracked the shits at big time because it's not really Assassin's Creed, it's just look at our big open world.
I loved the Egyptian one. I thought that was good fun.
I love the Egyptian one because I really love the Egyptian culture, like ancient Egypt, their culture and everything like that. But
it wasn't Assassin's Creed.
It's
it
not
was
Assassin's Creed.
No, it wasn't. But it was still fun.
Which was why when they announced that they were doing another Assassin's Creed, I was sort of like, a bit iffy about it. But the more that I've been seeing and reading about Valhalla, I'm actually getting really, really excited for. When they did their first, like, proper trailer, and he had the hidden blade on top of his gauntlet, I was so happy.
Well, it's obviously you've got to enjoy it. It's full of horny Vikings, you know.
Obviously. Like, what more could a girl want? But also, like, from what they've been showing with the settlement and stuff like that, it's a lot more of what I wanted brought into the older games. So, like, Assassin's Creed 3, where you had the homestead that you sort of upgraded and it helped you out and stuff like that. they're doing that, but a lot more in depth. So it's not just upgrading your character and stuff like that. It's you actually have like a war room that you pick your missions from and stuff. So you'll always be going back to your settlement to do things. And they're actually introducing the Assassins and Templars back into it. It's
Which
a
was the
little bit
whole
of a
point.
spoiler, but not really a spoiler because it's written everywhere at the moment. You get a character that works in your settlement called the Hidden One, or he's part of the Hidden Ones, which is the precursor to the Assassin's Brotherhood. He gives you missions and stuff to take out members of the Order of the Ancients, which is the first Templars and stuff like that. So it's really starting to build up Assassin's Creed again, in my opinion.
No, I think it's.
Because
This is going to be a good game, and I think it's
I-
been long enough since the last one too. That it's going to make it.
yeah. I'm with a lot of people with like how Assassin's Creed dropped off from Unity. Then from that on, it just went to crap. But
It went
with this-
Ubisoft.
Yeah, but I think Ubisoft has really sat down and thought about what they wanted to do and what we want them to do.
If that was actually true, we'd probably have a new Splinter Cell by now. But Ubisoft firmly have their own heads jammed up their ass.
And I hope that they've really listened. So from the looks of it, it's very much starting to build back into an assassin's game, not just someone running around knifing people calling himself an assassin, even though he's not really, if you get me.
And I think they're going to put a bit more emphasis on the sea battles as well. If I was reading
Yes.
that, so that does look good.
So I'm very keen for it now. I was very, very sus about it when they first announced it, but when they announced that it was going to be Vikings, I was like, you know what, I'm going to give it a play because I also love Vikings. But yeah, I've seen what they've been bringing out for it and the little teasers and stuff like that, and I'm pretty keen for it.
So when's it coming? It's not that far, is it?
I'm pretty sure it's coming out with the consoles. Yeah, the 10th of November, so it'll be coming out with the Xbox One X. The Xbox Series X, sorry.
God, when are we going to do this? Like in the next month, we've got Cyberpunk, haven't we? Valhalla, and we've also got Watch Dogs. My God,
Yeah. I don't know what I'm going to do.
all three
I think
games
I'm
are
gonna-
massive.
I'm going to take a uni holiday and just play my games and maybe come back to uni eventually, but yeah.
I have not played Assassin's Creed since Black Flag, so I'm really looking forward to this one.
I haven't played since Assassin's Creed 3. So I win.
A lot of people hate 3, but I actually really enjoyed it.
I didn't like 3.
3 wasn't bad. Black
It
Flag
did
was
get very
awesome.
samey.
Black Flag
They
was
did have to try-
amazing.
Just give me Black Flag remastered.
Alrighties. Kazza, do you have something to talk about?
Yes, not too long ago on the 29th, so last month, the DLC to The Binding of Isaac was announced. The DLC is called Repentance. They're promising over 500 hours of new gameplay. So if you're as excited as I am, you can add it to your wish list now. It says it's going to be out on the 1st, 2021. So look forward to that.
I've only played a little bit of Binding of Isaac, but
Which one did you play? The first one or Rebirth?
I think it was the first one. It was a while ago, so I don't remember a lot about it. I just remember it being a bit, hey, you going?
Rebirth is definitely fun. I've played it. You can also get a Binding of Isaac co-op mod, so you can play it with friends online. You can use the remote play through Steam, which is pretty cool. We've played that. I think I've sunk countless hours into that game just to try and get a perfect build to die because you're missing that one key aspect. So, you know, it's always fun. And in the new game, they're adding a new cat, which I believe is going to be Meow, which is this. I guess it's going to be similar to the Guppy cat. So that looks promising.
I'm a person who has no idea what we're talking about, so it sounds bizarre what you're talking about.
Oh, okay, so Binding of Isaac is like a action roguelike game where you go from floor to floor, room to room, and you pick up items to build your character to try and make your way down to the bosses. There's a boss on each floor, which then you go down to harder floors. So originally when the game came out, it was a kid who was going to get killed by his parent. So he goes down into the basement, and his mum is trying to, get rid of him. So at the end of the game, the boss is his mum. It's definitely worth checking it out if it's on sale. It's like $20 when it's not on sale, but that's Australian, of course. So maybe $8 US.
Alrighties, do we want to get into some last words?
Sure.
Go for it.
Shout out to our live listeners.
Humanity.
Do you guys have anything to finish up with, or?
This would be the first time we've had a podcast, the Age podcast, but there's been no naughty memes come up.
Yeah, that's because we're in the podcast.
That's
We're
been
not
good.
doing a good enough job
Yeah.
of distracting ourselves.
Upload.
Clearly not. Like, I was a bit
wish it-
before, that's because someone kept messaging me and it kept coming up on my screen while I was trying to talk.
No, it's been good. We haven't. I don't think we've said anything that's going to get Lucas is going to edit us out. I mean, we could say some certain words, but I don't know if we're game enough.
Well, yeah, I'm not game enough. It's not my birthday. I don't get away with it. You used up your ticket, so...
I did.
I'll
Kaz's
save my
birthday.
tickets for the future.
I'm AI, I don't get birthdays.
Oh, that's right. Kaz is a robot. He's an AI program.
Wait, if he doesn't get birthdays, does he get updates?
What I get. It's only updates.
It gets DLC.
It's paid DLC, it's locked behind a paywall.
Yeah.
We just gotta find someone to pay the DLC.
Nope, did not.
That can be his upgrade present. We'll pay his DLCs. So, as always, follow Aussie Gamers TV and Snooker Vision on Twitch. There's also Greggio XBL on Instagram.
You can get all your Forza news there.
Yeah, you got all your Forza news.
He does some amazing liveries.
I did actually go through his Instagram not too long ago. I'm not big on going through Instagram. But, yeah, he puts up some really good stuff. I'm done with Forza now. There's not a Horizon coming out this year, so... So thank you very much to everyone that has listened to the show, and especially those that are still listening this far along, considering this isn't the greatest podcast, but still pretty good in my opinion, because we did our best.
I reckon you've done a good job, Ads, since you've never done this before.
I have said
well done
many
to you.
hopefully Luke can get rid of most of them.
Yeah, that's a Luke job, not a you job.
That's a Luke job, so he can cut out this bit if he manages to get rid of all of them, so...
Well, if he gets rid of all of the arms, at least take about 20 minutes out of the podcast.
Exactly! We don't want to make it too short.
If he didn't do it, he wouldn't have anything to do, would he?
Exactly,
Yeah,
because
that's
everything else, we've all been perfect, so...
Little angels, in my opinion.
Exactly. Don't forget to continue any of the topics that we have discussed on this show. Did we discuss that many topics, though?
Yeah, we discussed some news about, Assassin's Creed, TMNT, like Roblox. Definitely about Roblox, especially their sound effects.
Yeah,
Some
actually,
Xboxes.
there was something. Did you guys? And we could have had this in the news, I guess. But did you guys see the footage of Dirt 5 and the Yakuza that was meant to be running on the Xbox Series X? Did you see that was
No, I
released
haven't.
today?
No.
It doesn't look new next gen.
It's probably just a
But
port.
is it optimized for next gen, or
Well,
is it actually made for
it was
next
running.
gen?
This was the Xbox Series X version running on Xbox Series X.
But the question
Yeah, right.
though is, does it get higher than 60 FPS?
I don't know. I was watching it. A bit hard to tell on YouTube, isn't it? Because you're running at 720p most of the time anyway.
Well, that's probably why it didn't look very good.
No, but the review. But even they were saying it was, IGN that released something about it as well. So, yeah, check it out. I mean, it's only early anyway, so.
Yeah.
I think the new consoles aren't focusing too much on graphics being pretty as well as the games immersing you quickly. You know, less load times and straight into things.
That's
Yeah,
good.
the performance over it.
Instant restart on the Xbox, so that's good.
That is awesome. And the fact you can unplug it and still have instant restart is really cool.
So, yeah, all these topics that we've been discussing, you're more than welcome to continue in our Discord channel or hit us up via our socials if you want to. Or you could just at Snoogs, Luke and Greggio. They can sit there and go, what?
Just do that, yeah.
Definitely do that. Makes our jobs definitely worthwhile.
While you're at it, you can hit up their website, www.theagexp.com. Yeah, links as always are in the podcast show notes and description. Did you guys want to plug your Twitch channels, seeing as we did this podcast? I think we're allowed to.
My Twitch channel.
Yeah, Grandpa plays games at Twitch TV.
That's probably someone's channel.
Probably.
Come on, Raticus, give your YouTube channel a plug. We all know who you really are. Richard from Digital Foundry.
It should have been...
Come and watch me play Space Invaders.
Yeah, Sqril, did you say that you were,
Mine won't be active until I get a house, which is probably not going to be till the end of the year the way things are going.
Okay, so we've just got to try and get a podcast next year. So we've got to try and make one next year. We'll plug yours.
We'll have to make sure they're feeling a little bit under the weather.
Yeah.
Well, they have a break over the Christmas time, so maybe in that time we could do another one.
Christmas special.
Yeah.
Christmas Agent Special.
And we could all
Episode
dress up,
2.
even though no one can see us.
Well, we could just use up the bandwidth and do a Twitch one like they did.
We
It was all live and stuff. Kazza, did you want to plug your Twitch while you're here?
Yeah, sure. My Twitch is twitch.tv/Kazzakhyle. One word. I stream very rarely at the moment, but I plan on picking it up. I am currently looking at trying to stream Amnesia, but I am too scared.
I'll be there to hold your hand, mate.
Yeah, we'll come and hold your hand.
Oh, no.
My Twitch is also very similar. I haven't been streaming a lot lately, only because I've been playing Ark, and I don't think anyone wants to sit there watching me imprint on some dinosaurs and hatching eggs, so...
Sniping. You gotta be careful about that on PvP games.
Exactly. Stream sniping, that's a big thing. But mine is Twitch TV/Azrael458. I like to stream sort of indie games, fun party games that I play with friends. That's sort of my go-to for streaming, so yeah, if you want to check it out, more than welcome. But yeah, that's all from me. As always, I am Azrael.
I am Kazza.
I've been Sqril.
I'm the Raticus USM.
Let's make age great again.
Good on you. Mega.
Now you,
We need to get the mega hats up.
you've really got to send the see ya.
If we get mega
And
hats
I
away
will
around town, we get beaten
See
up.
ya.
Ooh, once again, we have reached the end of another week in gaming, and if you've listened all the way up until this point of the show, then there's a good chance that you're a perfect fit for the AgeXP Discord channel, and you can join by using the links in the show description. Once you've joined, you will find yourself within a community of amazing people who are all interested in one thing, and that's gaming. You can also join in live while we record the show and have your say. Now, don't forget to subscribe to this podcast so you'll be notified when the next episode is available for your listening pleasure. Until next time, take care, be safe, and keep on gaming. Well, I've got to say, that was a pretty good episode. Special thanks to Azrael, Kazzakhyle, Raticus and Sqril for putting together a last-minute show just to cover the dead air because the usual hosts, myself, Snoogs and Greggio, we weren't available to finish the show this week. So these guys are regular listeners and they decided to contact us and put a show together in lieu of what we would normally do. And I think, all things considered, they did a fantastic job. Well done, guys. Thank you very much and look forward to gaming with you guys in the future. Take care. Bye-bye.